Hey guys, what is up? It is me, the Rice Master, aka Energania, and I have a question for you. Are you thinking about joining, or are you already playing Forge of Empires? If you are playing it, good for you. But if you're not, and you don't know what Forge of Empire is, let me explain it to you. Forge of Empires is basically an empire building game where you can build up an empire you want, no matter how the way you want to do it. No, over time, I've met a few types of players, but I want to show you the way I do things in Forge of Empires. So today I'm going to show you how to be overly capitalist in Forge of Empires. Okay, for this video, I'm going to be going into a new server world to demonstrate it from the beginning of a new server. You can always skip the introduction. Cancel out the music so you guys can hear me. And yes, it'll provide you with a simple intro in the beginning. You'll always be in the Stone Age first. So anyways, I'm gonna pause here until like the actual intro's over. And you know what, never mind. So anyways, yeah, it does keep track of your population. This is very important for some things. So anyways, this part is also important considering this thing will help you produce stuff. That's to move. It's basically showing you how to play the game first. How to build. These are forge points. Let's just say these will be more useful than just for research. You know, I'm pretty sure you can just find this beginning tutorial with somebody else. Or you'll just experience it at the beginning, so I'll let the game do its work, and I'll get to you guys in a little bit. Okay, the tutorial's finally over. So anyways guys, as you can see, beginning of a server. I'm in the Bronze Age currently. Let's just say it's not that good of a position, but it's still a position to work with. So up here, let me go into full screen mode just in case. Up here you'll see two different things. Gold or coins and materials or supplies as they're called in the game. I just call them materials because it's easier. Basically, this will help you out a lot in something that'll be useful later. Now, some buildings can produce stuff, like the hunter is good for producing supplies that'll be good for something later. But for right now, we need to do some research so we can get to doing something that'll put us forward into the ages. Because here in the research, as you go through spears, it'll show you military. But you only need this once. Just once. Now guys, before I go into it, see this? This is a boosted production type, or as it's called, a deposit. Basically, this will be useful for mass producing stuff. It looks like we're getting a marble deposit. Now it'll want us to fight first, so yeah, I might as well show you guys how to do that. Just in case you want to. I'm not saying it's a good option, but it is an option. Alright, done researching spears. Build a spear fighter barrack. Now guys, do what they say just once. Because let's just say you'll need to use it only once, then you can just get rid of it if you want. Which I highly suggest, but hey, it's your choice. And here's why I say. These produce spear fighters, a type of, like, military soldier. But what we really need is just to take over this land. And each one of these holds both supplies, but if we collect both of these, we get this whole land and this deposit. For marble masonry. And yes, each one of these soldiers does cost. So anyways guys, I'll get to you once I make all the spear fighters, so I have an increased chance of winning in battle. So I'll pause this for a second and get to you guys in a little bit. Come on, pause. Alright guys, I'm back with all the spear fighters. Now guys, let me show you a small trick that I like to use if I ever need to go to battle, which you usually don't. If you attack them, you can just select this if you don't want to think of tactics and such. Auto battle, and see, already done for you, and victory. Now we need to do this 2 more times. So attack, auto battle, and bingo. Now we got some more supplies and marble rock deposit. So now we can go on to different lands. I'm just gonna choose this one because it's cheaper, but you can go to this one later. Now usually that can be different things based off of which server world you play in. Basically this will be different sometimes, because it's more likely you'll get wine or die, but for some reason we got marble deposit, so now we can completely get rid of this. But you know what, I'm just going to make some spear fighters first, but you know what, they'll heal over time. Because this just takes up room that we need for something else. If you're wondering what I'm saying, take a look at this. After you create pottery, which is a Bronze Age sort of production, it'll produce a lot of supplies, many more than the hunter, in a shorter amount of time. But when it comes to the marble mason, we'll have to get to here, stonework, for that. Now, one thing you should know about this game, it takes geometry to build stuff. And basically, if you're good at playing Tetris, you'll be good at building around this. So move these out of the way, is what I like to do. And build roads that go to the end. just so you know what you're working with on a certain scale. Now, just so you know, trails are literally the cheapest type of road you can get. But anyways, now that we're done with that, I already have this thing set for a certain production. And now we got 742 supplies. Sorry, I messed that number up. But we also need population. So go to here and build a couple houses. But also keep in mind that the happiness will also affect this. And these make more happiness than these. So I'm just going to sell these off and make some memorials. Because sure, they take up a couple more spaces of land, but they use a lot more. Gonna put that in the middle. You want to keep them as enthusiastic as possible. And the guy here is right. Build 3 stilt houses. Not only because this will increase population, but also be useful for something later. And replace some of these huts with stilt houses because not only do they hold more people, but also they produce a lot more gold. And also build a couple of these. Sure, it takes a lot of material supplies, but let's just say this. It'll be all worth it in the end. And you'll even for building stuff. And yes, you can use gold to buy forge points. Now that we have a lot more forge points, go to the tool and get more land. Now, since we ran out of forge points, I'm going to pause this until I get some more, because we still need to research over to stonework. I'll get to you guys once we get there. Oh wait, before I do that, nearly forgot. Now for these, depending on how much time you have throughout the day, it could depend on what you can do. Personally, I like to base it off my schedule, so let's set it to 4 hours for each of them. That way we can produce a lot more supplies in time. So I will be back once I get more materials. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little. Hey guys, I'm back. No, I didn't refill on forge points, only one, because it took, like, I forgot how long. But I literally forgot something that could have just helped me out in this situation for a long time. I could just buy forge points. Pretty hefty price, though. I forgot I got a lot of gold. I guess that'll work. Once you get construction, you'll get Stonehenge, which that should lead over to these. I need to go from tools to stonework. I'll get back to you guys. You know what? I'm just gonna build a little bit. And set this to... I'm just gonna set it for 1 hour, because I believe... Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly go back. Okay guys, I did not guess how long it would take. It took to the next day. So anyways, back to research into stonework, and I had just enough. Now we have the ability to make a marble mason. So let's see if we can build that real quick. Alright, need 108 population, so let me just build a couple houses here real quick, and then everything should be good. Bingo. What? Oh, I also need 490. Wait. Okay, now I got enough. So now that we got that, you know what, since there's a bit more room here, it looks like I'll need a little bit more populations if I want to build a second one. And also more materials, but I could just wait for this one to be built first, which it'll take 29 minutes, so I'll just be back in a few. Hey guys, so I'm back. Okay, this finally got built, and you see this? This is all that you need to have here. The productions. Gold and supplies. You see, each one of these makes a different amount. And here, let me place this gold over here. We don't have enough supplies to make exactly 30 yet, which would be a good thing for now, but I guess this will work. Anyways, you probably heard me mention earlier that they want to make 2 of these, right? But I can't make 2 of them right now. You're probably wondering why. Well, let me show you something real quick. This is the marketplace for all sorts of goods. You can create your own offer as well. Yeah. And also it'll show you your current offers, which we don't have any right now. But anyways, you're probably wondering, why is this important? Well, let me show you something. This is the map of the entire land you could go over. Now, it could be different depending on who you are, like which game you're playing. Let me show you this. This land has 3 sectors in it. Each one of them has a different reward if you buy the land. Once you go into it, they'll give you negotiations. Now for negotiations, this guy wants for lumber, but we don't have any. Let's see if there's any we can afford with marble. See, there's marble, but we need 5, but we don't have any right now because we're making it right now. This guy also wants wine and stone for one of these. And also, since we now researched into this land, let's go to here, or technically it's scouted, but you get the idea. Now, let me go back to show you this. Now, on this, I have a couple tips, but I'll show you once we get some marble all made. Anyways, also keep this in mind: the happiness meter of your citizens. Try to keep them as enthusiastic as possible, because it'll sometimes make this more profitable. Anyways, let me remodel this a little bit. And add a couple more of these. There we go. Anyways, I'll get to you guys once the marble is done. Or, you know what, I'll just show you, like, negotiations on a different server, one that I have already. Hey guys, I'm back, and now I'm in my province of Bisgard. Now let me just show you this. I'll show you how to do negotiations. Now go to the land you want to acquire. Still 3 sectors. And I can afford this land because I have 116 limestone, 522 iron, and 123 cloth. So, click here to negotiate. And boom, you got it. No fight necessary. And I got another one for this place. And last one. Boom, I have now bought an entire sector. And I can go on to these. And if I remember correctly, I do have some current offers going on around here. Nope. But anyways, let me show you this. You see all this? This is the marketplace. Now, personally, when you go into the marketplace, it will show you the offers you cannot accept, which I don't know why it does that. It just does that either way. So if you want to go to the offers that you can accept, click up here to only show acceptable offers. After that, it'll show you all these ones. Now, I already have wine and dye and all this, but cloth I do not have a manufacturer for. So, if you do have forge points, which if you see up here I have 25, I can easily accept this offer if I want to. So if you have So there's 2 sections to this. Offer and need. This is what the player offers you. This is what you need to buy it. And since I do have 50 wine, I can buy this because it's 25 cloth. And also, yes, it does expire sometimes because these offers are usually timed. I don't know why the game does that, but hey, it does that. So yeah, plan to buy stuff within 7 days at least. But anyways, I will buy it right now for one forge point. Now guys, I would like to suggest you buy from actual players, because if you go to the in-game merchants, like these ones, they give you one of the shittiest prices on the market. Seriously, 1 wine for 10 dye? How stupid is that offer? And also guys, always buy in bulk, because you never know when you might need that same material later. But anyways, let's go back to Zorskog. But anyways guys, you're probably wondering, why did I want to build 2 of them? Well, let me explain it to you through Google Drawing. Let's say you're a person around the 17 and 1800s, and you want to be a business person. Great, you can contribute to your country's economy. Now let's say you want to make wagons. There's a couple things you're going to need. One, you're going to need land, because unless you want to do it outside of the elements, you're going to need a building, and for that you need land. Number 2 and 3, you're going to need to know how to build a wagon, and 3, you're technically going to need to know the tools and or machines you need to build them. Because unless you know how to build them, what the heck's the point? 4, you're going to need materials, unless you can somehow build them out of thin air, which I highly doubt you can do. Second to last, you're going to need help, because unless you want to take a year to do it, you're going to need some help. Lastly, you're going to need time. A good product takes good time and dedication to build. Also, I'd like to add, all this except for time costs money, so you're gonna probably have to work a little bit before you can actually make a business. So let's just say all the costs added up to make a final product costed you around $117 to make one wagon. After you build the product, you have to sell it for either double or triple the price, depending on workers' wages and no less taxes, to make a profit, at least. So after a while, you realize there's a neighboring company, let's say a mile away, or 2 miles. You realize this company makes the exact same product as you, but just 1 or 2 changes, either through artwork or a new suspension system, and basically they sell it off for the same price. Now you gotta find something to break the deadlock, because you get the same amount of customers, the same amount of money, the same amount of everything. And there's 2 options you could do. Option 1, make your factory bigger, have more people working, and basically increase production by simply building more using the same amount of tools and materials, but that will also add on to the cost a little bit. Or option 2, create new tools and or a new system to make production faster, easier, and take less materials, but for the exact same price. This is what most people do in real life, but unfortunately, unless you have an upgrade kit, option 1 is the best doable option in Forge of Empires. Because see here, guys, in the province of Burka, I have 4 different iron foundries, meaning I get 80 pieces of iron in one day, because I expanded my amount of factories I have to increase production, first of both supply and demand, because supply and demand is one of the easiest things you could know about any market around the world. If there's a big market for it, there's not going to be a lot of demand. But if demand's high and production's at a good level, you'll probably make a good profit off it. So anyways, guys, I hope that sort of summed up economics for you, as well as how to be overly capitalist in Forge of Empires. By the way, before I do so, let me show you one more thing. How to create an offer in Forge of Empires, just in case if you need it. Like, let's say I wanted to get, gunpowder, for example. This is the late Middle Ages material, and now I'm in late Middle Ages. If I wanted to, I could easily sell off some glass, dried herbs, or salt in order to get gunpowder. All I'd have to do is just give them a little bit more so I can get some of the gunpowder I need. So let's trade some of that. Well, you put what you offer up here. I want to offer salt, and what I want is gunpowder. So all I'd have to do is just I'll put in 30 for 40. Because I still want them to take my deal, because I'm giving them more than what they're giving me. But it's still in bulk, and I don't need this material much. And create offer. Because also, I'd like to mention, this is a late Middle Ages material, meaning it's a bit more valuable than the High Middle Ages material. Because you also got to take value into account. How valuable is your product? If it's very valuable, people will want it. But if not, you're going to have a hard time. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.